Hello everyone, this is MonsterSteve89 from Ape Supremacy Entertainment with another episode of Metal Gear Saga and Metal Gear Solid 3. In last episode we escaped Groznygrad and we encountered the Sorrow in ghost form, but luckily we didn't stay in the land of the dead and revived ourselves with a pill. And now we're on our way to a meeting with Eva, our spy helper girl. And she told us to go behind a waterfall. There's like this little cave and we're gonna meet up with her there. The thing is, I don't think there are enemies in this area. You just have to make your way through here. And once we are behind the waterfall, there's going to be a really nice cutscene one more time. And there's another keratin. There's going to be a nice cutscene with Eva once more, and after that we are going to have to do some more infiltration stuff. So during the cutscene, as always, I'm going to be silent, and a couple of things I like to mention I'm going to talk about after the cutscene. Because I do believe there are a couple of things I'd like to mention. There's always something you can talk about. And by the way, if I give out too many spoilers for those of you who don't know the game, or if you want to correct me on anything, feel free to do so in the comments below. And also I'd like to get some feedback on this little series I'm doing here, because as always I want to improve the quality of my content. And the best way to do that, of course, is by feedback from people that are not me. So please enjoy the cutscene and don't forget to comment on a couple of things.
Nice to meet you, Snake. I'm Tatiana. Here's your equipment.
Eva, you could use a towel.
So could you.
Want some?
No thanks.
Don't like snakes?
Not for dinner.
Didn't you have to eat them at the KGB?
In my training, we always got the good stuff. French, Italian, that kind of thing.
A regular Matahari.
The least you could do is call me Cynthia.
Tell me something. How does it feel to spy on your own country?
I can't say it feels good, but it's my job.
Can't even eat a snake during a mission, huh?
I wouldn't mind eating you. When this mission's over, you'll have to treat me to a nice dinner.
What do you want to eat?
Let's see. How about sushi?
Sushi?
It's Japanese. I hear it's all the rage right now. Supposedly it's made from raw fish.
Raw fish? Just the place for my survival techniques.
What a thrill. With darkness and silence through the night. Snake? Thank you, Snake. What a thrill. I'll be your eyes from now on. I'm searching and I'm melting to you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. Thank you, Snake.
Don't worry about it.
Are you all right?
It's not like I can't see. I've got one good eye and can still fire a gun.
Really? Good.
Eva, didn't you steal some explosives out of the fortress?
C3, a highly potent explosive from the west. It can be molded into any shape, like clay. With just this much, you could blow up the Shagohod and the lab along with it.
Is that right?
Yeah, but there's a trick to using it.
Tell me about it.
Well, what do you think? The Shagohod's booster unit uses liquid fuel. The fuel tanks are in the main wing of the weapons lab in the hangar housing the Shagohod itself.
So I should blow up the tanks.
That's the basic idea. It should be enough to blow up the entire hangar. There are 4 fuel tanks. In order to destroy the hangar, you'll have to set explosives on each of those tanks.
All 4 of them?
It should be no sweat for you. Besides, the scientists had the day off today.
So the hangar's completely deserted.
Not quite. They've still got guards posted there.
So what do I do after I set the C3?
The bombs run off a timer. Once the timer has been set, the countdown will begin. When the timer reaches 0, the bombs will all go off at once.
How long do I have?
20 minutes. Once the Phase 2 trials are finished, I wouldn't be surprised if they kill all the scientists to prevent them from talking. So you've got to act fast.
I'll take care of it. Eva, did you get the data on the Shagohod from Sokolov?
Yeah, that's the mission I was given.
By Khrushchev?
Mm-hmm. America doesn't have any use for it, does it? But I haven't forgotten my other mission either. Helping you out. Follow this cave and go up the ladder at the end. You'll come out inside Groznygrad, just southwest of the weapons lab. Do you remember when you went to rescue Sokolov? Remember there was a locked door when you entered the main wing from the 2nd floor of the east wing?
Yeah.
That's the entrance to the Shagohod's hangar. Use this key to open that door.
The door right when I entered the main wing? Got it. What about you?
I'll get things ready for our escape. There's a rail bridge to the north. I'm gonna set a bomb there, so I'm taking half of the C3 with me.
Right. I'll set off the weapons lab then. Try not to be in the neighborhood when it happens.
Gotcha.
And watch out for Ocelot. He suspects you're not who you say you are.
Don't worry. The Colonel still trusts me. And I have my ways. There's not a man alive who can resist my charms. Besides you, of course.
I'm just warning you, Eva. That's all.
I know. Okay, let's go.
You seem like you were born on one of those.
If I didn't ride every day, I couldn't go on living.
Huh?
When I'm riding, the wind hits me so hard that it hurts. That pain keeps my mind off the pain of having to be someone else. It's not easy always fooling myself like this. It's only when I'm on the bike that I'm free to be the real me. I only get off my bike when I fall in love or fall dead.
What's your name?
Tatiana.
No. Your real name.
What's wrong with Tanya?
Okay, Tanya. Don't let anyone see you. Huh?
Oh, this? It's a button camera.
What did you do that for?
Insurance. To make sure you don't double-cross me.
Hey,
What?
you're gonna get wet again.
Alright, and we're back. So, couple of things I want to talk about. There's this one scene that just always gives me the shiver. It's when you see that Snake is looking at the butterfly and he tries to catch it, but he can't because he can't see depth anymore because he's just got the one eye. And the other thing I'd like to talk about is, man, is Eva working him? I mean, seriously, she's crawling around like a jungle cat and she's teasing him. And then there's this scene where the music is rising and the flames are rising and she just kisses him. And in every movie, it would be this point where they probably are going to have sex. But no, Snake is not going for it. He's still not going for it. And it's really hard to, you know, get into the mind of him in this situation because she actually is really nice to him and she actually does help him a lot. And she even gave him back his equipment and everything, so she is helping him. But Snake still has doubts about her. He does not trust her. And there are a couple of things in this video, or in these videos, that are kind of off-putting if you look for them. There is this scene where she says, "I don't want to forget my other mission." And then there's this pause, and then she says, "Helping you," in this like really seductive voice. And the other thing is, why did she take the picture? She says it's insurance so that you don't double cross me. And I always thought, okay, I'm going to double cross you? Really? Snake? I mean, Snake is not the double crossing kind of person. He really isn't. He's just a soldier. He does not think politically. And those are the two scenes that I think it's just weird behavior on her part. On the one hand, she's really going for it. She really tries to seduce him. She's running around naked in front of him. She's teasing him with this "I don't mind eating you" and Snake and, you know, all this innuendo shit. And then she does these two really weird things. Anyway, we are back in Grozny Grad now. Fully equipped again, eye patch ready. And now we're off to meet the Shagohod. Yeah, here's the reinforcements. The thing about this scenario right now that we are going back into the facility of Grozny Grad is that the red alert phase is still going, because obviously They still know that Snake is on the loose and that he escaped, and so the red alert phase is still going on. And they've changed a lot about the enemy placement in this part of Grozny Grad. And the thing is, the soldiers that are posted around here, it's a lot more of them, and they are totally on the ready, waiting for Snake, and they are also doing these exercises everywhere around this facility. So as you can see right here, there's no way I can just bypass them. I can't just crawl like we used to before we got caught. So once again we need to adapt. I'm not sure why I'm looking at the map, because I should know where I have to go. I have to go one right, and then we're on the big yard where you can enter the Grozny Grad facility itself. But apparently I want some shooting practice. I don't know if I have mentioned this, but I'm not doing the classic Let's Play style here. I'm not like commentating live what I'm doing, but I recorded and played the game, and I'm doing these commentaries later because I want to, you know, explain a lot about the story and these little things you might miss during the game. And that is why I record the commentary later on, because sometimes I need to watch the cutscenes a couple of times, because there's always this little sentence that you miss that just changes the entire scenario, and I don't want that happening. So I'm actually doing the commentary here a lot later than when I actually played the game. Alright, so I made a little cut here because I was running around awkwardly here a bit, because apparently I didn't remember where I have to go. But now we are back, and we are now on the big courtyard, I think, where you enter the facility itself. Move. And now all these soldiers here, they are making exercises. Bastard. Right where I want to go, these bastards. How dare they? They are blocking my path. You can only hear it, but you can't see it yet. And actually I got really lucky here. Oh my god, did you see that? So I can't go there. No chance I can walk that path. I'm actually checking here if there's any camouflage that is better, which would allow me to just crawl down that little corridor there, but there is none. I think the better solution to this, instead of like going here, is to take the long way more to the south around this facility and entering it from another door. So I would have already bypassed this thing here where they are running up and down, because really there's no good way to get past here on this map, I think.
Move. You lousy.
I mean, I'm not sure how good their field of vision is here, the guys that are running. The other guy, he has his back turned, but I'm not sure about the others. Yeah, see? I think I saw something. So they actually have their normal field of vision here, which of course is a problem.
Move.
I love how these soldiers are just flaming around. What an asshole their commander is.
Bastard.
It's so funny.
On the double.
What's wrong? Shouldn't you be happy? Shouldn't you let me pass now?
What's wrong?
Do you see this? They are still going. These Soviets are so stupid. Man. And now they're back. And he's down again. I mean, seriously, this is not a good way to do this, but it does work. That is the thing here. It does work. But it works badly. I missed the head, and now this guy is down. Now this guy is down, everybody's down. Yeah, falling like flies. And the exercise is over. Man, that is ridiculous. That is something that has always bothered me with the earlier Metal Gear Solid types of games. You can knock them down. As long as you don't kill them, knocking them down, they don't realize anything. I mean, there were, at a time, one is falling, then another. Then one of them wakes up the other two, and they are falling down again, falling asleep. But nobody, literally, of all four thinks, man, something is wrong here. None of them. And that is something that, you know, that is something that takes away from the tension of things and the immersion in this world, because that would not happen in reality. It is because the game is rather old and they couldn't program it so that they figure out, okay, all these dudes are going down, there's something wrong here. That is something cool they also did, but I don't know why it happens. Do you see the Raiden cameo? The Raiden mask has only one eye now. That is kind of weird. And what's also kind of weird is there's one guy that lost his eye in anywhere. You know, in the entire Soviet Union, there's one guy that lost his eye on this day. And now, here's a scientist with just one eye. Nobody questions this. That is also something that is weird, and this is also kind of, yeah, it's not good for the immersion. But again, I'm trying to excuse this with how old this game is. It is from 2005, and they probably just couldn't program it this way. And I'm not even sure if they could program it properly today, because that is rather complicated. Also, how would you get in here if you couldn't use the camouflage anymore? But now we are here. We are in the lair of the Shagohod. But first, of course, we have to talk about everything again.
Snake, I see you've managed to sneak into the hangar.
Yeah, the Shagohod's in here.
The completed Phase 2 Shagohod represents a grave threat to the West. We can't allow it to be mass-produced. You've got to destroy it.
Eva's got the data on the Shagohod. Do you think that's safe?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say it's safe, but Khrushchev is a shrewd leader. I can't imagine he'd use it for anything other than deterrence. Volgin, however, is a different story. He's planning to use the Shagohod to turn the Cold War into a blazing hot one. We can't let him have it.
Agreed.
That leaves just one more mission for you to carry out.
The boss.
Exactly. For now, just focus on destroying the Shagohod.
Yes, sir.
I'll let Sigint fill you in on how to destroy it.
Yo, like Eva was saying, if you're looking to blow the whole place sky high, the best way is to take out those liquid fuel tanks with the C3. You know there's 4 tanks in there, right? You have to put C3 on all 4 of them. To plan a C3 charge, all you gotta do is equip the C3 and press the weapon button while standing in front of a tank.
Just like TNT.
But make sure you don't plant it in the wrong place. You barely got enough C3 as it is, right?
Good point. I'll make sure not to plant it anywhere else.
Good, man. And be careful. Liquid fuel has a nasty habit of going off at the slightest shock. So don't go using any heavy firepower near the tanks unless you're aiming to get yourself barbecued.
I'll keep that in mind.
The C3 charges all have to go off at once if you want to bring down the hangar in one fell swoop. So if I were you, I'd wait until after you plant the last charge to start the timer mechanism.
All right. I'll make sure I finish planting all 4 charges before I start the timer.
Once the timer's set, you've got 20 minutes until it explodes, right? So make sure you get your ass out of that place by then. I think that's about all I've got. The rest is up to you. Good luck, pal.
We're counting on you, Snake.